Good evening, folks, and welcome to Fan Forum Live. No introduction, obviously, there, because I haven't done an England one, simply. Probably surprised the hell out of Jade there, but
hello.
Expecting the intro, but how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Hope everyone's all right.
Yeah, I think they are. Obviously, we've got one waiting to come in, which is Chippers, but we'll hold him off as long as we possibly can. If you want to come on the show, guys, then obviously the link to come on is pinned in the live comments. So get yourself on and have a chat with me and Jade about all things England and see what we think of the Croatia game and moving forward, obviously, for the Scottish game. Jade, I haven't had a chance to chat with you actually about the Croatia game. What did you make of that?
I think it was really good. I was quite impressed. Phillips, I was shocked, to be honest. I think he's kind of proven himself now why he was picked. Would give his confidence a massive boost. And to be honest, I'm going to eat my words and say that Tyrone Mings did a smashing job as well. To be honest, he was solid. Hopefully, long may that continue. But I think it's a good start. Still quite a lot of work to do. I think Kane was very sluggish. I don't know what's going on with him at the minute.
Yeah, he looked out of sorts completely, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked like a shadow of himself. So. I don't know what's happening there, but hopefully he gets his arse in gear because we'll need him moving forward.
Yeah. About the left-back situation as well. I was quite staggered that he went with Trippier. I'm not saying Trippier had a bad game at all. I thought he played quite well. However, when you've got Chilwell and Shaw, who are probably playing the best football they've played in a long time, and then you don't include them. I mean, it seems a bit crazy, really.
Yeah, I was a bit shocked, to be honest. I think I would have probably played Shaw ahead of Trippier. I think he did okay. I think there was something wrong with his performance. And I feel like he probably was also thinking, I know Mount can take a decent free kick when he wants, but he's probably thinking for set pieces as well, having Trippier there. But then it would come to the point, well, if you took Ward-Prowse, he wouldn't have to put a right back in a left back position when you've got two fit left backs on the bench. It's just, It was a strange move. And again, his tactics, when I saw this team sheet, I knew exactly what he was doing. But I was quite impressed to see Foden and Mount quite high up. I think they started quite deep, but they did get up, and I was really impressed. I was hating the fact he was going to keep Mount back. So I'd love to see him up with Foden attacking, and I think they did do that. So hopefully he keeps doing that.
Well, he hit the post, didn't he, Foden, early on, and I thought, wow, we're really going for it here. I was really impressed with the first 20 minutes. We really went at them, but I don't know whether it was the heat or first games in championships are very, very difficult to judge because you just want that win, and I think getting that win over Croatia was mighty important for when it comes down to the Scotland game, which is huge. But we've already got the 3 points. Scotland. Pretty much a fucking disaster yesterday. They weren't very impressive at all. So I think they're going to find it tough. But I think if we really go for it, maybe take out a defensive midfielder, put in another attacking one, we can maybe get a few goals against Scotland. We really can. James has messaged in to say, great win on Sunday. Thought we played well, especially given the hot weather. I thought Calvin Phillips was man of the match and deserves to start against the Wee Jocks on Friday. And then he says, William Wallace defeated the English back in 1297, but the English will defeat the Jocks at Wembley on Friday night, just like we did in Euro 96. Confidence is certainly going to be higher, I would think, with England. Good evening, Keith. Great win on Sunday, now for Scotland on Friday. How are you today, Paul? I'm good, Sean, thanks. Paul says, if you're playing Trippier at left back for set pieces, then why not play Grealish, who's going to win far more free kicks? Yeah, I was pretty disappointed that Jack Grealish wasn't in the side. I mean, obviously you weren't, Jade, but,
He wasn't that much of a miss in my eyes, but I think, against Scotland, I think he has to start, to be honest. I think that's a perfect game for him. They're good, to be honest. Obviously, I'm not going to slate them too much because in case Andrew and that is watching, don't want to offend him.
Andrew said he wasn't going to comment anymore on the channel after the match reaction the other day, but whether he does or not, I don't know.
No, there were. I think it was a bit of a reality check for them. I think, yes, it's good to be excited, but. And unfortunately, that's the standard of the football. I think Robertson is probably the decent player on the pitch, and they were just. I was quite shocked actually. I thought they would put a bit more of an effort, especially being like Hampden Park, but it was. I think if you have Grealish starting against them on Friday, he's going to get at them. He's going to win them free kicks. He's going to get in the box, and I feel like it's a perfect opportunity for us to get some goals as well. Because one, obviously, to finish top of the league, and I just hope that we can get a few goals and get a bit of confidence, because I think that's what it is with these tournaments with England. If we take one knock, that's it, our confidence gets shot. But I feel like on Friday is a perfect opportunity for us to build confidence and get cracking.
It's an opportunity to go out and get some goals and really give us fans, real high spirits moving into the final game, and then obviously into the difficult one for me is who's going to finish third runner up in that group of death, because that's who we get if we win our group. So my God. Billy says, I do wonder if Southgate picked Trippier at left back to pit him against club rival for the right back position. For sure, whatever that Croatian name is. Paul says, evening, Paul and Jade. Hope you're both well. Alex, evening, Paul and Jade. Lila says, what were your thoughts on Portugal today? I've just watched them and I wasn't that impressed. I know they came through it in the end. But again, it's first game syndrome for me. They've had to wait the longest before getting started, and it's a frustrating wait for them. But you know what? They've done a job. They've got the 3 points, and that's what they needed against Hungary, because they've got France and Germany coming up to play. Now, depending on that result tonight, I mean, obviously Portugal would probably favour a draw between France and Germany.
Yeah. I think we all would.
I
think I don't know, like they were. It took them a while to get going. The first half, there was opportunities, but they didn't take them. And I think Hungary did really well in pinning them back. And I feel like that's what you need to do. But then up steps Ronaldo, and you know what I mean. What can you do? There is no defending against the man. He's unbeatable. So they did get obviously the 3 goals, but I wasn't overly impressed with the overall performance. And I think they still will finish third. I think obviously Hungary, I think that was their only chance really of getting any points. I feel like I can't see them getting anything about France and Germany, but we'll see. If stranger things had happened in Euro tournaments.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, like I said at the start, if you want to come on the show, the link to join the show is pinned at the top of the live comments. Just click on that. That'll bring you through to StreamYard, and then put your details in, and you'll come into the waiting room. And I'll be able to see you, and I'll bring you on the show with me and Jade to chat all things England. First guest is Chippers. Good evening, matey.
Hello.
Yeah, you weren't very aware there. Again, every time you come on this channel, it's like, oh my God. I know you do. Niles commented, evening, Paul and Jade, loving the channel, watching from Scotland, dreading the England game on Friday after that horror show versus the Czechs. I mean, they've got to be worried. I mean, Chippers, what did you think of the England performance, first of all?
Well, I'm not getting carried away, but we won. That was the main objective, was the 3 points. I thought, like you said, 20 minutes, I thought we did all right when Foden hit the post and Phillips had a sort of half chance from the edge of the box where shot through a crowd and the keeper saved it. But then I thought after that, I don't know, I thought we took the foot off the gas far too quickly after that. I thought it was like watching Newcastle, and I don't want to bring the club.
That's what I said.
It was like watching Newcastle. I thought the first 20 minutes would do all right, then we'll take the foot off and we'll let them have the ball.
11 players behind the ball.
Yeah,
there was a lot of backward passing, and I think second half
and backwards, and second half we came out, we got the goal, and then we did the same thing, and then they had 2 sort of half chances in the last 10 minutes where obviously they weren't on target, but if they're a decent striker, if they were on target, they probably scored them. So it's
I think the heat would have had something to do with it as well.
A bit wrong. I think playing 2 right backs, you kind of do, and Grealish has to start because he has to play him. He kind of it's too frustrating seeing him because we all know what he can do. He needs to play him. You kind of have him sitting on the bench and doing nothing.
Do you think Southgate's got a problem with Grealish?
I don't know. Don't know if it's whether he's got a problem. I don't know if it's. But I would be having him in the team. I mean, we've got that much quality in the team. We should be looking forwards rather than going backwards. And he seems to think I'd rather get the clean sheet than nick a goal. Or I think Kane as well. I fell for Kane on Sunday. I know he didn't do much, but he was isolated quite a lot by himself.
I think Harry Kane. I mean, if you look at the amount of football Harry Kane's played over the last few years. I mean, he's played so much. I know we've had the lockdown and stuff like that where they didn't play for a good while. But when you're talking about the sort of position he plays and the amount of, he comes very deep for Tottenham, and then he does an awful lot of running. And I think it's very hard to judge Harry Kane. I mean, he normally starts slowly, doesn't he? And then he comes into it more. But if we've got more forward players on the pitch, he doesn't have to come back into midfield like he does. And he was doing that again against Croatia. And I think it just play up front. We've got the players on that pitch for England who can deliver him the ball. He doesn't have to come back.
You remember when Chivas was it Chivas said before Euro 96 because he was on a goal drought, wasn't he? And he was. Was a Venable said to him, and Sir Bobby said to him when he came to Newcastle, he said, "Stay in the box because you know where the goal
box
is
and face the goal."
Maybe Southgate needs to do the same thing. Instead of him saying drop them deep, just stay in the box and the ball will come to you, and you will score the goals.
Yeah,
just don't come deep, But
yeah, we'll see. Layla says, "What was your thoughts on the shit goal against Scotland?" I mean. I don't know what Marshall was doing so far out of his goal. I mean, he was practically
a little stroll.
Yeah, he was practically on the English border. He was that. Well, he was so far out his goal. He was nearly back on the English border. That's how far he was out. But you know what? It takes amazing talent. Patrick Schick was fantastic. I mean, he just looked up and. The way he played it was just perfect. I mean, it was absolutely perfect. Jonathan, you've just come into the waiting room and then vanished again. I don't know where you've gone, but try and get back on, matey. Alex is gutted for Hungary. Just then played the hearts out for 85 minutes and conceded right at the end. How nice was it to see a full stadium, by the way?
Oh, felt lovely.
I don't know what it's like. I'm used to seeing grey seats at Newcastle. I'm not used to seeing a full stadium.
It was amazing, wasn't it? It was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. And that's what Portugal had to deal with as well, not forget. A very, very hostile crowd. But it was just amazing to see everybody bunched up together again, enjoying the football. And you think, well, Christ almighty, how have Hungary got to that stage? And our blundering buffoon of a prime minister is extending the lockdown even further.
Well, I just had my first job a day, so I got my first one done. So
got mine on Saturday.
This coming Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Oh, next Saturday, right.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine, don't worry. We have got Jonathan. He's got no camera on, so he's gone again. Oh, he must be having serious problems with his internet. Nobody in the waiting room, guys, so if you want to come on, get yourself on now and you'll get straight on the show. The link is pinned.
Scottish Andrew is, he's been big in Scotland up all week, and then he says, "Oh,
he's quiet now."
I think Andrew he had a bit of a huff on Sunday during the match reaction on here, but never mind. He's a good lad. He'll come back on, I'm sure.
He'll come back on if they beat us on Friday. You'll be watching back straight back on if they beat.
Yeah, he will.
Definitely.
And I wouldn't blame him either, really, because you'd be doing the same thing if you're a Scotland fan. Sean says Scotland will win. Musical Magpies, will Southgate set up the team so that Harry Kane can get the support he needs to finish top scorer in the tournament? To me,
I mean, he did.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was just Harry having little wanders off further back. I think if he'd stayed in the box, there was times where he was on the left and he was behind the man with the ball, and I was like, why aren't you in the box? So it was like he was crossing it in, and like Harry Kane was like here, and I was like, why aren't you in there trying to win those balls? He just goes on little wanders, and I feel like if you just literally kept on the back of the last man running in the box, you're going to score goals. And someone needs to drill that into his head that he's not playing for Tottenham, that he has got class players around him.
The chance at the back post, I think, was his biggest one, wasn't it? When he clattered his ribs, but an actually on form Harry Kane, I think, would have been 30 seconds in front of that, and it was a goal. Now Harry Kane, I don't think he'll finish top scorer in the tournament. I think for me, Kylian Mbappe is going to be up there. Certainly.
Ronaldo as well, possibly, whoever he is.
He's not bad. He's not bad, is he? I mean, he wasn't particularly great today, but again, he's there when you need him. You know what I mean? I mean, I still can't believe how high he can jump. It's like he's got a nest on his. It's like he's got a nest on his shirt and a cape. Honestly, he just takes off.
Spring in his leg. It's like
he carries like a trampoline around with him. He just puts it down and he's like, "Let's go."
It's unbloody real, man.
They should call him the salmon because he literally leaps like one.
He does. To be fair. Let's have a look. Okay, I have these bloody comments. Honestly, they're flying in now. Here we go. I still don't know where I'm at, guys. You just have to bear with us. Oh, there we are. Darren says Scotland will be sent packing over the border without getting a point. I thought they were god-awful, Jade, yesterday. I mean, proper god-awful.
Well, I don't want to don't want to be too critical, but honestly,
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
But they're absolutely shocking. It was kind of like watching like a League One side, like Sunderland play. Like it was just, they were really bad. They were slow to react. I was happy to see Fraser come on and be god awful again. So at least it's not just for us now. But and that Dykes, I had no words for him. Like he just fell over, and then like he had
just a shit opportunity.
Literally, but when the cross came in, it was his perfect opportunity. It was coming right at him. Instead of trying to stay strong and head of the ball, he tried to claim the penalty and fell over. Like you're never going to get that. He was just they were just weak and slow to react to everything. So
I'm staggered he didn't start with Che Adams. I absolutely staggered because he did make a little bit of a difference when he came on. But it was all too late. I mean, for me,
last night.
Go on.
I said last night they're the Sunderland of international teams. They're all hype, all give it the big and all that.
Yeah. When it comes to the game.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
Sunderland, that's all they are.
They were rotten for me. Absolutely rotten. Yep. Scotland were creating chances just like the Brighton of England never score.
God, come on.
They did have chances. I mean, they hit the bar and etc. But for me, I mean, I don't think the Czech Republic are anything to write home about. And I don't really think they're a great side. Patrick Schick, yes, he is a good forward. He always has been throughout his career. So give him chances, he'll score. And the first goal proved that. Lovely header, getting in between the two defenders, and look where he placed the header. It was just fantastic. And the second goal, that is just sheer instinct and skill to hit the ball first time like that and just guide it over the top of Marshall, who, like I say, was halfway to England. I mean, he'd left early to come to Wembley for Friday's game. He just. I
told you they'd finish bottom, but they were saying no.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did.
Listen,
it's going to be very tough for them.
Exactly. Did you see that Spider-Man meme that they've been doing?
Yes, yeah. I knew
the Spider-Man picture they're doing on Twitter.
Yeah. Loads of stuff coming out. Loads of stuff. Andrew, good evening. Hope you're well, matey. Is Portugal's squad better than the French national squad? No. And the reason I say that is because Portugal do have some very, very good individual players, but sometimes they just don't gel as a team. I thought Diego Jota today, he looked a mile off the pace. He just didn't seem to look like the player he does for Liverpool. And there was chances to play Ronaldo in a couple of times down the left-hand side, and he just sort of give the ball straight at the Hungarian player. Bizarre, really, when you think how good he's been for Liverpool. But I think France... There's rumblings, Jade, that there's a little bit of unhappiness in the camp between. Certainly, we know about the situation with Mbappe and Giroud. Apparently, it's all dealt with, but you never know with France, and they've had a history of doing this.
Yeah, they're known for having kind of spats in the dressing room and things. But the one thing I can always say about France is when it comes down to the games, it amazes me. Like they look like they play together every week, like the way they know where everyone is, like the mesh. It's like watching a team that play it week in, week out, and they don't. And I think that's when you're watching international, that's the one thing you can kind of like grumble at, is that not everyone's on the same wavelength. But with France, they just switch it on, and they just know they're a well organized team. And I think whatever's happening in the dressing room, I think they're professional enough to kind of come on, and they're still a fantastic team. So I'm looking forward to watching them tonight. I think there hasn't been, apart from probably Belgium, there hasn't been anyone that I've been like, ooh, got to watch out for them. They're fantastic. I think the Spain match last night was shocking. I
thought Italy did all right, actually. I think Italy
did all right.
Did all right. But I think you're right. I mean, Belgium are the only team that seem to have sort of blown everyone away. Lukaku looks completely up for it. And I felt a bit sorry for, obviously, Denmark when they lost, because they shouldn't have had to play that game straight after that. I mean, it's fantastic to see Eriksen Instagramming and just telling everybody this is okay, because that was one of the most horrific things I've ever seen. And
I still can't believe it. I saw it live on TV. I honestly still can't believe they still broadcasted it.
No, it churned my stomach. I was absolutely. I mean, loads of people have said on Twitter, grown men, that they were crying, and I was dead emotional watching it, and I thought, my God, the guy's dead. And obviously we know Eriksen from his time in the Premier League. and he's made himself a sort of household name, if you like, in the Premier League. But to see him down like that, and then when the cameras panned in on his lifeless eyes, and then compressions, I mean, it just sent everybody over the edge. It was awful. And then obviously when he went off the pitch, I thought he was gone. I really genuinely thought that was it. And then obviously, not too long later, the pictures came out on Twitter, that he had his eyes open as he was going off the pitch because they'd managed to resuscitate him. So it was tremendous to see him, and we wish him a very speedy recovery, obviously. Paul says, chuffed we won, especially as it's the opener, but 2 shots on target. Aging Croatia team against the most expensive squad from the best league, apparently.
I feel like it's a bit harsh. It was the first game, and all you want is that it's the first time they've played an actual competitive match together for a while. So give them a bit of time. I feel like there was kind of glimpses that they could be brilliant, but I think that is down to Southgate and how he puts the team forward. I feel like they are all up for it. It looks like they are really enjoying themselves, and that's what you want. I think give them a bit of time. I know I was expecting a little bit more, but I think that's England fans. We always expect a little bit more. But it was the first game. I've never
noticed that before.
The first game, and we got 3 points and top of the group. Well, not so anymore, but we topped it. And then we'll see what happens in the next one. I think the group wasn't never going to worry me. I wasn't going to grumble about how we perform in the group. All I want is to get out of it and then flip your game.
Yeah, definitely. Totally agree.
I think we've all got confidence in the player. Sam was just yet again the head coach. Have we got the confidence in him?
Sounds again familiar.
Well, I mean, Gary Neville was singing his praises the other night, wasn't he? Saying he made some brave decisions, and to be fair to Southgate, he did. He made very brave decisions, putting Trippier where he was. Obviously, not starting Grealish, putting Calvin Phillips in, and he was proved right in every single one of them. We can't have a go at him because I think he was proved right. We won the game, and that was the most important thing from it. I don't think it was particularly brilliantly entertaining. I think for me, I want to see a lot more against Scotland, a lot more. But we'll see. Jonathan, I'm not sure whether this is the same one that tried to get on. Hi, Paul. Hi, Jade. How are you both doing? Can I just say I'm so fed up with this talk about this takeover for Newcastle. It's ever bloody summer, not going to happen.
I don't want to talk about it.
No, we're not talking about no takeover until it's done. Thomas says, hey, guys, have a great show. Keep cool.
Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah, cool.
I wish I could.
Yeah, I'm melting tonight, so it's hot. Jungle, good evening. We need revenge on Portugal many times. Yeah, we do. Andrew says, oh no, it's chippers. Evening, Keith, says Andrew. Dubravka did well for Slovakia. Luckily, we have a good keeper like him. Yeah, I was impressed with him yesterday. Obviously, coming up against the great Lewandowski, who really, I thought Poland were absolutely shocking yesterday. And especially... I mean, going down to 10 men, they didn't. I mean, Slovakia are probably one of the lesser nations in this tournament, so you have to say well done to Slovakia. And obviously, considering Dubravka's there, we want them to do well, unless they come up against England, of course. But I just thought, Dubravka, I mean, he didn't really have to make a massively brilliant save yesterday. Poland didn't really threaten. They kept Lewandowski quiet. That's what they needed to do. And there you go, Jade.
There
Make
he
an
is.
appearance again. Without fail.
Start the show.
Yeah. Leila says this is a bit untrue to say Scotland have only one good player and they have two, Tierney and Robertson. They did miss Kieran Tierney undoubtedly yesterday, and they're saying that he's going to be fit for the Scotland game. Whether he is or not, that's a different kettle of fish. I don't think he'll be 100% fit, which will probably benefit England if he doesn't play.
It's a bit sad. I know, I was saying Robertson was better player because Tierney wasn't playing yesterday. That's a simple fact that why Robinson was the best player for Scotland. Mm-hmm. But it is, I don't understand what Tierney's going to... He's only two men. They can't kind of support a whole team. They all need to kind of pull together and try and get a bit of spirit back in them, because I think that probably knocked the wind out of them. Especially being a Hampden Partners, I expected a bit more. I thought there was not much fire under them. There was kind of I think they went into the game expecting to get beat, which is quite surprising against Czech Republic, who aren't the best of sides. It was just quite surprising how they performed. But you never know; they'll probably definitely be up for the England game, so it might be a different situation altogether.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, for me, you know, I used to have to stand and listen to national anthems before ice hockey matches, and when we played I remember once we played up at Murrayfield in Edinburgh, and you have to line up along the blue lines and listen to national anthems. And I honestly thought when they were there that we were going to play the obviously God Save the Queen, because it was a British anthem. But they didn't. They played Flower of Scotland, and because I didn't remove my helmet to sort of respect the national anthem, I got put in the penalty box for 2 minutes before the game had even started.
Oh my God.
For unsportsmanlike conduct. And I thought, wow. But if I was a Scottish player listening to that anthem, right, it gets the hairs on my arms standing up. It's just a tremendous national anthem. And I know Hampden wasn't full yesterday, but it was still a powerful anthem. And you would think that would have generated a bit of excitement and a bit of morale with them and motivation, but they just didn't have it from the start. Not that I'm too bothered, like, but Andrew says Croatia were not good, like. Sean says, come on, Scotland. Any changes you feel Southgate should have made before England scored the goal against Croatia? Chippers?
I was probably going to say probably bring Grealish on for a bit of fresh legs, for a bit of freshness, because I thought we looked a bit flat.
Yeah.
I thought just something like Grealish just to go at them, because they're obviously their midfield's quite aging and their defence was a quite aged defence. So I thought a bit of pace like what Sterling's got run at them, but you know,
didn't happen.
Well, I'm not the manager, so I don't make them change.
Chippers, before you head off, mate, give us a prediction for the Scotland game then. How do you think it's going to go?
I think we'll win 2-0. I think it'll just be I think 2-0. I think it'll be, you know,
who's going to score?
I think Kane will definitely score this on Friday. Sorry, I think Kane will.
Right.
And I think it'll be one of the midfielders, possibly Foden.
Right.
If he plays him.
Cool. Well, we'll see. Get yourself. There'll be another fan forum next week, matey. So keep an eye out for it and get yourself back on.
Sweet, I'll be there.
Take care, mate.
Bye.
Sure, I'll see that, bud.
So that was Chippers. At the moment, we don't have anybody else waiting to get on the show. So we've got about half an hour left, obviously, because the other game kicks off at 8 o'clock, and we both want to see that game. So we will not be overrunning this show tonight. So, like I said, I'm going to put out the link again to join the show. That's not the link. What the hell am I doing? Copy the clipboard. That'll do me. And there we go. Come on. So I've just posted the link again to come on the show. I know a lot of you are shy and like to just take part in the live comments, which is again what the fan forum's all about. You know, whether you come on screen or you put it in the comments. That's what a fan forum's for. So we appreciate your live comments as well. If you are enjoying the show, please do smash the like button for us. And if you're new or you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Lots more football coming up over the summer, and of course building up to the new football season. With I believe the Premier League fixtures are announced tomorrow, so that should be exciting. Yeah. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, then obviously super chats are available. Just hit that $sign at the bottom, and it lets you donate however much you wish to the channel. Moving on to the comments again. Andrew says Calvin Phillips, class game he had. Scotland, loads of heart and running, but no quality up front, like you said, Jade. I mean, they were just very lackluster. A bit like Wales, to be honest. I mean, I know their striker scored. I know he did, but. You know, I mean, Gareth Bale just looked disinterested, didn't he?
I just don't think he has any interest in football at the minute, to be honest. I think,
I know you said that last week when we were doing the prediction show, and I kind of looked at him against who were they playing again? I've completely forgotten. Was it Austria? Yes.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like yesterday was about 100 days ago. I feel like I can't remember anything. There's just so many games, and I'm like, who's playing who? What's playing what? But I love it.
I don't like that stadium in Azerbaijan, by the way. I think the fans are miles away from the pitch.
I hate Olympic stadiums like that. It's like West Ham's. I don't want a running track around my football pitch. I want you up close. But
Yep. Definitely agree. But yeah, I agree with you on Bale, Jade. I think he's he's got this big announcement to make at the end of the tournament, and I think he's going to retire. I genuinely, it's not like he needs the money now. You know, he's been getting £500,000 a week at Real Madrid for God knows how long. So,
if you're not enjoying it, do you know what I mean? What's the point? Like, he's literally it's like a normal job. Like if you were a footballer, you'd expect to be like the best job in the world. Like I imagine a footballer being the best job in the world, but it's like me or you going to a 9-to-5 job, going, oh, here we go again, have to do it because I'm contracted. But
yeah, I honestly think he's going to retire and then just whatever he wants to do.
Shame, because I think he has got a few good seasons left in him.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think he's still a great player, but he didn't seem to be at it. I know his heart's still very much with Wales. He really cares. So I'm hoping we see a bit of him before the tournament ends, in case this is the last time we see him. It'd be nice to see him go out with a bang and see a bit of the old Bale come back for just a couple of games. Andrew says, was mint seeing the Hungary fans? Certainly was. Keith says that as well. Sean Lynch at the rugby eye. Did you see Ronaldo's miss earlier? Yes. It came to him very fast, and to be fair to Ronaldo, it bounced right in front of him. So he
is human still,
Yeah,
he is allowed to miss.
I mean, but you just anybody would want Ronaldo, in that area. I mean, he missed one, he'll come back and score. Like I said earlier, I don't think he played particularly brilliantly today. I don't think Portugal were at the races for most of the game. But they did what they have to. And it's going to be interesting to see tonight between France and Germany, whether they go at it, Jade, or whether they just are very apprehensive as well, like everybody seems to be, because I think it's important for one of these teams to win this game tonight. I don't think either team will be happy with a draw, but they'll also be desperate not to lose the game. So, where's the balance?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not going to be kind of a boring, no one's going for it kind of affair where they're just trying not to concede and lose the game and nick it by a goal. But I feel like France don't do that. I feel like every time I've seen them play, they've always attacked and got at players because they know that they can get back and defend. But from what I have seen, I must say that there is gaps in that French defence. They're not solid. I think you can exploit them. And I think Germany will be looking to do that. But yeah, I think this group, you couldn't have kind of made it up. It's just really difficult. But I feel like it's good for us because we want like France and Germany to be going at each other early.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's also when you're in a big tournament like this, like you don't want to go at it too early and risk injuries. I feel like if I was a player, that would be in my mind. Like I don't want to go at it too hard in the group stages because I don't want to be injured or tired for the round of 16 and quarterfinals. So it is hard, but I hope that I want a good game. I want a 4-0, 3-0. I want 4 threes.
I want to see
it all.
Goals from these. These are world-class players in these tournaments, and that's what we want to see. A bit of world-class.
We don't get to see that every day in the Premier League. Like,
well, definitely not in our club anyway.
Exactly, we've got some fantastic players in the Premier League, but watching Newcastle week in and week out, I don't get to see the likes of kind of like Foden for Man City. They get to watch him every week, and it's nice seeing him for England and being on a team that I support for a change, and cheering them on. So it's been nice, but yeah, I think France. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Germany turn out because I'm not.
Well, they've been god awful. I mean, they lost to North Macedonia not very long ago, and they were pig swill. So
it'd be very interesting to see how they react to that. And I feel like. I think Germany are not the team that they were. Do you know what I mean? They're definitely not. They're definitely beatable. And it'd be interesting to see how France deal with that.
We know what they're like, Jade. We know what they're like.
In tournaments.
Suddenly they come into a tournament and they start putting it together. But we'll see. Jonathan says, I don't want to see my face. Hey, Jonathan, you can still come on the show and not just keep your camera off. As long as you've got a microphone on, Jonathan, you can come on and talk to us. That's the beauty of this. You can come on, and if you don't want to be on camera, just keep your camera switched off and your microphone switched on, and we can still talk to you. So try that again, Jonathan, and we'll bring you on. Billy just popped up before and disappeared again, so I don't know what happened to Billy. We got me old mucker, Mr. Proudlock. Good evening.
All right. How are you doing? Not too bad yourselves?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Just a bit warm under these lights. But,
it is, isn't it?
By the way, did you hear that John Sinclair has bought himself some lights?
What?
Oh.
Yeah, I sent him the link, and he did his I think it was his 112th stream last night this week.
Right.
And I did watch, and I think he only had one of them on. I don't think he realizes that you get two lights, you put two begging lights on, either side of you.
You'll still be fiddling with them
He still thinks
midstream.
one light's bright enough instead of putting the two damn things on and having them shine on you. But he's ordered a green screen as well, so hell knows how that's going to turn out. But we'll see. Anyway, Peter, your thoughts on the game? I watched your videos, obviously. So, are any changes or big changes going to be made for Friday?
I hope Grealish gets a start. I think a game against Scotland will be perfect for him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I must say. I think either Shaw or Chilwell should start at left back. Yeah. He wasn't too bad, Trippier, but you could tell it's not his position. Mm-hmm. It's not his position. That is the thing. So, I wouldn't mind either one of them two.
Proof of the left back situation was very early in the first half, Jade, when we came down their left hand side and Trippier was played in, and had he been a left footer, he could have fizzed that first time across the box. But obviously, he's not. He cut back onto his right, and it kind of broke down.
The thing is, though, the professional footballers, why can't you kick with both feet? Like, do you know what I mean? Especially like wing backs and like wingers, they're very interchangeable. I feel like that should be something that's been worked on. Like, I know predominantly it's like saying to me, well, right with your left hand, then like I'm probably going to be shit at it. But if you practice enough, you could probably do all right. I still think as wingers and left like wing backs, you should still be able to get a cross in on your weaker foot. But again, that kind of comes back to why the hell was he playing there if he knew he's predominantly right-footed? The like of Shaw and Chilwell, if that was them, that would have been straight in and it wouldn't have broken down. I feel like there's just no need. It's literally like watching Steve Bruce like put a bloody centre midfield at right back. Like
square pegs and round holes when they don't need to be there.
You've got players that can play in that position who are maybe a little bit better as well. So I didn't understand that one, but he did all right, but he just looked uncomfortable. At sometimes he was like, I can't really get forward and cross it. I have to turn myself around and get it on my right foot. So this doesn't make sense to me, but I hope that gets rectified. And that was an experiment that didn't work too well.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. Time will tell. Paul says, obviously hoping we win, but when we get knocked out after the group stage, which team do you not want to win? For me, a home nation, but not Scotland. So, in other words, Wales. I don't think Wales have got a Scooby-Doo's house chance of winning this tournament. I think they'll actually struggle to get out the group, if I'm honest. But hey, you never know. Billy says doesn't help the Scots that there are only two decent players at left backs. I believe Tierney plays as a winger though for Scotland. I think he links up with Robertson on the left hand side, so that's why they missed him so much. Sean, I'm not sure what this comment is. I don't not like women. Okay, I'm not sure whether it's in response to my tweet I put out last night about the trolling that certain girls are getting at the minute. It's not right. Is somebody drunk in your house, Peter?
No. I'm at my dad's house, so you can hear them.
Chongle says Fraser, much like the season at Newcastle, was anonymous. For me, his attitude frigging stunk last night when he came on for Scotland, or yesterday afternoon. Sorry, he just didn't look interested again, Peter. No,
I didn't. I mean, you could see it in his face, could you? You could tell.
I also think it's just the way his eyebrows are, because he's got like chiseled eyebrows. He just looks angry and like.
Jade, that's the strangest thing I'm ever going to hear this week.
But do you not think it is? Like, it's just his facial expression is because of his eyebrows. Because he waxes them, you can tell. But the way the angle just looks like he's frowning all the time. So maybe he's actually happy. But it's his eyebrows that make him look angry.
Okay. Who am I to argue? Andrew says, when Fraser came on, I booed the wee shithouse that he is.
You didn't record yourself, did you?
I know. Oh, God. Yeah, I've seen... let's not go... No. Ryan Fraser, when he came on, wasn't great either. No, he wasn't, but that's because...
Who was?
Well, Scotland did not play well yesterday.
Apart from Robinson, I didn't think...
Take Robertson out of that game yesterday. They were knackered. Knackered. Jonathan says, Paul, I'm a bit too shy to show my face if I come on. I don't like looking at my face. Sorry. Hey, don't worry. You know, like I said before, if you want to come on, just keep your camera switched off and your microphone on.
You like showing your face, don't you?
Sorry?
You like showing his face.
Are you talking to the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why is Siri starting to talk? Siri has just piped up and said, no need to apologise. I mean, why is she saying that to me?
What have you been doing to her?
I didn't even say anything. Bloody iPhones. Moussa Sissoko is part of the French squad. What were your thoughts on him when he played for Newcastle? I thought he was all right. I thought his attitude dipped off towards the end, obviously, but when he first came,
he did.
He was
that
brilliant.
picture, Joe, when he's and he's like,
yeah, I remember that.
I'll never ever it lives rent free in my head. It's hilarious. He's so miserable because he wanted to move, and he was just like,
yeah, he didn't look happy, did he?
But I wouldn't have picked him for the French squad. I don't think he's done that well. I think
he hasn't really. For me, he didn't play. I'm not sure about this, but I don't think he played a lot of games for Spurs towards the end of the season.
Maybe they compare him to Saint Maximum, who's done really well for Newcastle. And I'm not saying he's better than Sissoko, but I kind of am saying he's better than Sissoko. But do you know what I mean? He gives a bit extra than Sissoko. And also, he's powerful and he can run into the box, but he hasn't had a lot of games. And from what I have seen of him, it was nothing special.
No, definitely not.
So I was quite shocked at that.
The French love having kickoffs. It's in their blood. I know. I mean, we'll see what develops with that, but apparently it's been sorted. That Spain game, I nearly fell asleep, says Andrew.
It's a carry few chances, but Spain just didn't take them.
Morata. I mean, Christ almighty.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I remember him for Chelsea missing so many chances, right? But I thought he'd improved since he obviously went back to Spain, didn't he? And then I thought he got better. But his finishing last night, I mean, Christ almighty, that one in the first half. I mean, all he needed to do was bend that in the corner. And he bent how he put that wide. I mean, he's just shit. That's I'm sorry, but he is. I mean, if that's the way. Do you know what? Right, Hosselu is playing better than him.
He's better form.
Well, he's apparently £17 million move in the summer for Hosselu. Unbelievable, man.
Wow.
Sean says wash hands. Yes, let's not forget to wash hands. I think it's becoming a bit of a farce now, actually, but never mind. We'll not get into that. Ronaldo just had a very quiet game by his standards, missed a sitter 2 and still scored 2. Absolute legend of a footballer. I must have missed it. Did they score 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. It was a good link-up play for the third goal.
Oof.
Right. Because I came up with it in the 90th minute, I think, so they must have scored. It was an injury time, was it?
Yeah, was I?
All right. Oh, well. I thought it was 2-0, but 3-0. So Ronaldo's joint top scorer already, even though he didn't play very well. Who cares?
Shows how good he is and he can play shit and still score.
Any players from the past few Euro games already played you hope Newcastle could get?
Any of them?
Ronaldo. Jade.
Lewandowski.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a few.
Foden, Mount.
Yeah, I mean,
Kane.
Yeah, just to name a few. Not much money needed for them guys.
Yeah, I'd be all right.
Keith
said, I 50 million for that.
Awful to watch. I think he's talking about Bale or CR7. I don't know. Would you be surprised if CR7 finished as Euro top scorer? Not at all.
No.
Because I think. Oh, look who we have. Andrew. Hey, everyone. Can I start again with you, all of you? Will you stop saying that? Look, it was all I said was I didn't want the bad language on the show because obviously at that time kids could be watching it on YouTube and things like that. So I didn't want the bad language. You apologized. It's all sorted, Andrew. Welcome back, matey. But you must be fearing Friday night now. Absolutely fearing it. Calvin Phillips was outstanding. Jake says, now then, lads, there's a lass on as well. Sorry, but I'm being less critical of Southgate now. I watched that Spain-Sweden game.
It could be worse.
Oh, God, I mean, Sweden didn't exactly set up to do anything either, did they?
No, I
still can't believe Seb Larsson's playing football.
I was going to say that, and he's still playing.
Is he not about 55 now?
36.
Jesus Christ. He still only looks about 22 now.
He looks like a baby still.
Plays in the Swedish league, so you can tell his time's nearly done in football.
Well, maybe he's gone there just to prolong his career a little bit, because obviously he's a popular player in Sweden, undoubtedly, and he has been a good player, even though I know he played for the Macans, but he has been a good player. So, credit to him for still going. But that one was bizarre when that Swedish striker mishit that shot. It then cleared off 2 yards off the line by the Spain defender, even though it was going wide, hits the post and ends up back in the keeper's arms. Only in the Euros would you ever get something like that happening. Absolutely mental. Andrew said Czech Republic looked very, very good. Andrew,
if that makes you feel better, son.
Yeah, if you want to say that, Andrew, by all means, go ahead. Just to put your mind at rest about that. The Czech Republic are shite, mate. And
apart from that wonder goal, but
Scotland were woeful, absolutely woeful. Now that's. I've said that now. They'll go and beat England on Friday.
Yeah. I'm trying not to be too cocky because I know it's coming.
Yeah, I'd be astounded if that happened. Though. Absolutely astounded. Billy says, "Hi, Andrew. Nice to see you. Check in, mate." Yeah, he's going to get hammered.
He's going to get some
I always buy him on FIFA. Sean says, "Do you like South Park?" Sean, I'm not sure whether that has anything to do with the Euros or England for that matter. So, no, I don't watch South Park, actually. Andrew's back again. Heartbroken against them, but Schick is outstanding striker. No one would have thought that, to be honest. We need a striker. We had our chances, but it got to us. I probably agree with that. But you know what? You must have been Schick as a parrot this morning. Boom! Shot it out the park.
If you started Che Adams, I feel like some of them chances might have kind of produced more. I just feel like that Dykes I thought was literally woeful. I've never seen. It's like watching Joe Linton. He just fell out all the time.
Woeful player, woeful hair.
No, absolutely. Foden or Gascoigne, chilly salute.
Yeah. Billy says, is it self-raising, this flower of Scotland? Well, it certainly didn't raise the spirits on yesterday afternoon. Andrew says, sorry, but it is the best anthem in the world. Not biased, but we didn't have quality up front. We had chances. I love the Scottish national anthem. I honestly, I just love it. It's like, when you go to Liverpool and you're in the away end and their fans start singing You'll Never Walk Alone, it gets hairs standing up everywhere. It's just one of those. And Flower of Scotland is the same for me, even though I'm English. I do love that anthem. Our anthem is just the most boring anthem there has ever been. Some national anthems go on for about 3 days. Which is just mind-numbing. But some of them, I like the Italian one as well. Just national anthems that the players belt out and the fans all singing. It's amazing. Jake says the heat on Sunday at Wembley was monstrous. Really saps you very quickly. So it wouldn't have been realistic to expect 100-mile-an-hour football for 90 minutes. The thing is, Jade, what's it going to be like in the World Cup next year in Qatar when it's like 40 degrees?
Do you know what? I had a conversation. Obviously, Emily doesn't watch football, but we both watched what happened to Eriksen. And we were both shocked. And the first thing, obviously making sure he was okay, but I was just thinking, you're trying to put players through literally playing in a sauna, just for money. As the fact that they even thought about there is ridiculous, especially in the bloody middle of summer. It's just going to be, it's ridiculous. And I know it's for money and it's been booked, but it's baffling. Do you know what I mean? These players go through months of game after game after game for weeks. They have a couple of weeks break and then they're back in at the Euros. And then the likes of the English players who aren't used to extensive heat, are going to go in there and really struggle. And I feel like it is going to put players' health at risk playing in that sort of environment. And I think I saw an article about bringing back the 15-minute water break. So I'm like, just change it, take it somewhere else.
I think a lot of the stadium, I mean, I might be wrong on this, but I'm sure I read somewhere that a lot of stadium are going to have the roofs closed and the aircon blasting into the stadium, so to cool it down.
Spread it
Listen,
out.
if we've still got that shite going on by the World Cup, I'll be not happy.
I think it's silly, and I think it'll take one really hot day.
Yeah,
and I hope everyone just stays safe.
Yeah.
But
Sean says 2-1 Scotland. Andrew agrees. Of course he does. If it wasn't a bad, I'd love it. Come on. See how well I converted Scottish text there? I thought that was quite well done.
Wasn't it bad?
Yeah. It wasn't a bad. Ock the new. See, normally when I'm talking to a Scotsman, all I hear is Kenny Dalglish. That's what I hear. You know, it's just I hear the end word. Keith says, would be nice to see a few goals. It certainly would. Andrew, has there been fighting in the French squad? Just they just said Giroud not happy. Peter, what do you make of it? Do you think there is rumblings?
I haven't seen much of it, but it sounds like it. I mean, Giroud's a very good player, but we all know Benzema is also brilliant as well, isn't he?
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, I haven't seen the teams for tonight.
Well, they've got Griezmann, Mbappe, and Benzema playing up.
Yeah, front three. I mean, come on, that is some front three. I mean,
it's sickening, isn't it?
I mean, I kind of want to see Griezmann do well because of his Newcastle football manager stuff he's been posting out. You know, I think and the fact that he did that photo with signing Mbappe, I thought that was just incredible. You know, I mean, if there's ever something that wants us to get a takeover, can you imagine? Oh, Newcastle's first two signings of the summer. Griezmann and Mbappe, there you go, straight out of the blue. Oh man, crazy! Right, we've got about 10 minutes left, guys. So if you want to come on quickly and have a chat, or you're just happy to chat, in the live comments like most of you have done, that's fine as well. Sean says Switzerland. Switzerland it was versus Wales, right? Not Austria. Yeah. I don't care really.
Thanks, everybody.
But thanks, yeah. Jake says, was Kane as anonymous as he looked, or was he just well contained by Croatia's defence?
I don't think he was contained.
I mean, Peter, what do you think?
He had a bit of a quiet game, didn't he? I thought.
Yeah. He did. I just think he's knackered. I truly believe that the man is knackered. He's played so much football.
And the talks of him leaving Spurs possibly could be in his head as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of things he'll be thinking about at the minute. So, Senshi says no Duncan Ferguson or Tommy Boyd there. Yeah, can you imagine Big Dunk playing for Scotland? Certainly a lot better than the silver-haired monster that they've got up front at the minute. Josh, yes, you can join. If you click the link, it'll bring you through to the waiting room. So get yourself for a quick chat. But bear in mind, there's only 9 minutes to go because we ain't missing the match. Peter, before you head off, matey, just give us a prediction for Friday.
I'm going to go 2-0 England.
Same as Chippers. You're actually agreeing with Chippers. Do you realise what you're doing there, Peter? I'll let you off.
But
who's going to score the goals, matey?
I'm going to go Sterling again, and I'm going to go for Grealish if he starts.
Interesting. Right. Well, I'll catch up with you on Friday because I believe I'm jumping on your watch along, so that should be interesting. Yep. So we'll speak soon, matey.
Catch you there, man.
Bye.
We have Josh. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Good. You?
Yeah, not too bad. So come on, tell me and Jade what you thought of that game on Sunday.
Well, I thought Harry Kane had a bad game, and Phil Foden was really good on the counter-attack when we were.
Right. Yeah. And do you think Southgate will make any changes on Friday night, or do you think he should?
I think he should bring Ben Chilwell on instead of King Trippier.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a popular decision. Why are you saying Chilwell and not Luke Shaw?
Because we need to see Ben Chilwell play if he's not fit for the team or anything. Right.
Okay. I mean, I personally like Luke Shaw, Jade. I don't know about you. I mean, I've been a fan of his for a long time.
Yeah.
But I don't think it matters, to be honest, as long as we've got a left-sided player there.
Yeah, they're both good players. I think for me, Shaw just tips over Chilwell, just his experience. But either of them, I think, are more suited to the role than Trippier. And if you're that desperate to play Trippier, take out Walker and put him at right back. Yeah, it's as simple as that, really. If you're that desperate to play Trippier, put him in his position.
I agree. Paul says, I still think Billy Connolly had the best idea when he said we should have the Archers theme as our anthem. Billy says, I remember us banging 5 past Stuart Kennedy in 76, and they were a fair side then. They will raise the game to play, as Scots always do, but I'd be amazed if we didn't beat them by at least 2 goals. Judy says, is Ronaldo okay? He managed to keep his shirt on after scoring.
Damn.
Many women, behave. Niall says, when Simon Jordan invited in your channel, Paul, I just watched the video when you slaughtered him for comments about Newcastle. Look, Niall, I've put the invite out. I've messaged him as well, actually. But funny enough, I haven't had a response.
Surprise.
I would love Simon Jordan to come on and explain what he was talking about when I had that rant on that video. But nice to see you watching a few of the old videos, Niall. I hope you subscribed. Andrew says the striker Ukraine got one with long name being linked to both Rangers and the Toon. Yeah, I'm not even. It does begin with M, mate, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Josh, Jack Grealish, do you think he should be in the starting lineup?
Yeah, he should be playing left wing, and then maybe Sterling right, and then Kane up top.
Okay, so that would mean, does that mean you're taking Foden out, or would you drop one of the defensive midfielders and keep Foden in?
Yeah.
You do that. Because that's what I'd do, Jade. I mean, I would take Rice out, if I'm honest.
That would be me. Yeah,
I mean, Rice, he wasn't outstanding. He did a job on Sunday, don't get me wrong, but I think Calvin Phillips has made that position his own simply by that performance, and he deserves the opportunity. So if we do just go with one, which I think we should, because we don't need two defensive midfielders against Scotland. Sorry, Andrew, but it's just fact. We just don't. So it'd be very interesting to see what he does.
And it was with Phillips as well. Like the way he sprayed the ball forward, it's perfect. Like if you have him holding, spraying the ball forward to like some Mount Foden, you've got Grealish and Sterling on the wings with Kane up front. If he stays in the bloody box, like that attack is literally mouth watering. If he does it, like he just needs the guts to just go all out and just try it. Like you got at the end of the day, like against Scotland. No offense, Andrew, but you've got nothing to lose. Because you're expected to win, do you know what I mean? So try. It's
kind of a free hit for them. I hate saying that, but it kind of is when you're in a tournament situation. Different in a league, but in a tournament. Thomas says, "Hi guys, I think Southgate got the hump with Grealish because he was going to choose to represent Ireland when he was young." Well, if that's the case, it's ridiculous. I'll rattle through some more of these comments before the end. Andrew says the Czechs are my dark horse. Is very impressive. No, Andrew, no. Judy saying hello to everybody. Billy says the Czechs ain't played anyone yet. They've played a very average on the day Scotland side. Billy doesn't like Scotland. I think we've got
no, does he?
Yeah.
He's never said.
Since she says hi, even Brucey knew not to put a 10 at left wing back. That's a good point. Chipper's trying to chat Judy up. Andrew says, hi, Judy, you're all right. Billy, the Czechs looked a very decent side. That Schick is cracking. Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's just I mean, for Scotland, the game was just sickening. It really was. Anthony says we need to go with a 4-1-3-2 formation against the Scots and go for it. No square pegs and round holes either. Totally agree. Judy says, Lord Pete, your dad sounds just like you. I thought you were doing ventriloquism. Maybe his agent shopped him around. He got bad news. Fraser looked like he was on crack or something. He just didn't want to play. Well, God knows. Chiseling eyebrows. Don't give Paul any more ideas, says Bill. Hey, that's uncalled for, Bill. Senshi says, if you have a cat, put them on. Listen,
he's asleep.
He's asleep now, and he gets more than enough camera time.
Yeah.
I really think England are better 3-4-1-2. I think 4-3-2-1 is probably the best one to go. Paul says, love it, Jade. Doesn't like Grealish socks or Ryan Fraser's eyebrows. She must hate Slabhead. Couple more comments. Josh, I'll let you go. Thanks for coming on, mate. Get yourself on a bit earlier next fan forum, will you?
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll have a good chat. So we'll speak to you next week, buddy.
Yeah.
Take care. So that was Josh. I'm just going to rattle through these comments now, Jade. Ryan Fraser didn't seem interested when he came on. We'll get a signed pic to you for you. Oh, Chippers, man. Andrew says, Judy, good. Honestly thought, though we let the occasion get to us, but very impressed with the Czechs. They'll finish 2-1, reckon dark horses. Oh, God. I'd be happy if we beat Croatia, really would. Yeah, I mean, Croatia...
Well, I think it's probably your best chance now.
Yeah, Croatia are like the old folks' home of the tournament, I think. They are old and tired, Judy, yes. Evening, Connor. Hope you're well. Last few comments before we end the show. Thomas says, message to Phil Foden. Stop trying to be the next Gaza. There's only one. Be the first Phil Foden. Exactly. exactly. You don't need to put your hair like that either. I miss Henrik Larsson. Who doesn't? I used to love watching Henrik Larsson play football. He was absolutely awesome. Right, I'm going to have to rattle through these comments. Jade, are you wanting to go? Because I know you want to watch the match. So
no, it's fine.
Sure?
Oh, yeah.
Because we might run over just a couple of minutes with this, the amount of comments that have come through, so I'll rattle through them. I would take out Mason Mount. No way. David in level 7. Level 7, Dave. You talk about crap.
David, you come in and start, David.
Nah. He clearly didn't have his glasses on. Clearly. That Isaac is a
He was sat on the arch.
Yeah, sat on top of Wembley Arch. Larson yesterday and Pepe today must be pushing 42. Yeah. I aren't saying the thing about Scotland. They smashed out 66 World Cup winners. The old rivalry throws all form out of the window. That's a good point as well. Andrew, can you imagine the group, though, if Scotland beat England and Croatia beat Czech? Not going to happen, mate. Jungle, Scotland are the strongest team in the group, holding everybody else up. What's your top 3 anthems? Love the Welsh one as well. Yeah, probably the Welsh one, the French. I like the French one as well. The Italian one, obviously Scotland's. There's a few. Do any of you know if Joe Linton's in the Brazil squad? He's an unreal striker.
Shocking me. No.
No, he isn't.
He's on holiday somewhere.
Yeah. David, I can see you waiting in the waiting room, mate. I'm sorry we ain't got time to get you on because we're finishing right now or in a couple of seconds. Just once I've got rid of these comments, you can come on next week. There'll be another fan forum, Dave. Plus, I think he's half naked, so I'm not even going to attempt to put that on.
God.
Jungle says, I also love the Italian national anthem. Only one cornetto. Yep. Paul, I meant Christian Eriksen, awful to watch. Yeah, it was. It was terrible. I think Germany, France 0-0 tonight. Possibly. Qatar's ridiculous corruption. However, I'm looking forward to the Winter Olympics in Saudi Arabia. God, yeah. Jerusalem or Land of Hope and Glory should be our national anthem. Yeah, totally agree with that. Or just blast Nimrod. Could do. Lee Charnley offered 30 million for him 5 years ago. Oh God, Lee Charnley. The hype over England has been ridiculous. We played well, an average team, but look at the top nations. We're miles behind with a better coach, maybe, but not with Southgate. Yeah, it's a shame. I would take out Mason Mount. Level 7, Dave. You talking absolute bollocks, mate.
And Grealish. Grealish wasn't even on the pitch, mate.
yeah. Let's rattle through. Game's about to start. Richard says England won, Scotland won. That'll be interesting. Last few comments, just some predictions. Billy's going 4-0. Keith's going 3-0. David's going 5-0. Good match to play subs to give them a good reward. Don't need defensive midfielders. Agreed. Thanks for letting me on. No problem, Joshua. Get yourself back next week, buddy. It was good having you. But get on a bit earlier. David and Ryan, I know you're both waiting in the waiting room to come on. The show has ended. You're too late. I'm disappointed because it's been a while since I've been talking to you. But we will be doing another fan forum next week. I promise you. But obviously we've got to go. I want to watch the France-Germany game, and it's starting now. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining the show tonight. I really do appreciate it. I know there's been a lot of people, who don't particularly like coming on camera and talking. But like I said, you can keep your camera off like Josh did and just talk to us through your mic. That's perfectly fine as well. Or if you don't want to do that, then obviously through the live comments is just as good as well, because I read all the comments out. We do discuss all the comments as well. So thank you very much. It's been a great show. Enjoy the football tonight. Jade, you'll be back with me at 7:30 on Thursday. I believe I did tweet out 7 o'clock. It'll actually be 7:30, where we'll be doing the England-Scotland prediction. That's fine. And it will be me flying solo for Match Reaction Live at 10 o'clock on Friday because Jade's out on the hoy. So it'll just be me for that one. But we will be back with another fan forum next week. Keep an eye out for my Newcastle United videos. I will be doing regular updates on transfer news and things like that. So keep your eye on the channel for that as well. But in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for watching again tonight. It's been great. Come on, England. See you soon. Be strong.